Hello everyone, I'm Something Wicked. Welcome to the Wicked Workshop. I've got a how-to video for you guys on mesh swapping. In particularly, basically what I've been doing for my new mod Fielded, which is swapping meshes for the activators and mission boards and things like that, for workbenches, and then basically building, just small, cool little pack-ins for custom workbenches and custom mission boards, things like that. But let me show you basically, it's kind of in just the description, and all we're doing is mesh swapping. Okay, so what we're going to do, like for example, I'll bring up one of these workbenches right here, and what you'll be able to see basically, oh yeah, it's that one right there. Okay, um, this right here is the actual workbench itself. So I'll pull it up over on the item menu, and it's the armor terminal stand. Okay, and as you can see, this is basically just what it is. This is the furniture activator for it, and I did that by locating the static item that's in the game. Okay, and that just happens to be mining suits assembly 11 is the one that this one is. It's either 11 or 9. Yeah, here we go. 11. So it's a static item. As you can see, this is what the item is itself. Okay, and then in order to change it, all we have to do is locate it in the game files, which is in set dressing, mining suits assembly, and then mining suits assembly should be 11. Yep. Okay. Once we have that, then set dressing mining suits, then we can basically just take anything that we want to, like we'll use workshop as our keyword in over here. Let me close this window out. Okay. So we're looking for, I'm sorry, not workshop, workbench. If we're going to use the workbench furniture. Okay. And we go down to, here we go, we've got workbench armor. Okay. And that's essentially what we're doing. But say, for example, we want to change it. We'll just use one of the terminals. Okay, terminal AO1. I think it's AO5 is the one that's got the, yeah, that long. Okay, so that's what we're going to change it to instead, and we'll make it. We'll just make it into a desktop terminal. And I'll show you exactly how to do the animation for it and everything too. So we're going to change it to that. All right. So what we have to do, open it up, and then we're going to locate our mesh again. So this is easy. Set dressing terminals, terminal AO5. Okay. Set dressing terminals, terminal AO5. Okay. We're going to go over and find our workbenches again. This one happens to be in. You know what? Let's use our. We haven't done a chem one. I just realized that for the mod, I haven't done a chem one. Okay, so we're going to duplicate and rename it. Okay, as you can see, we've got chem over here. I give it my own little naming convention. And I'll change it in just a little bit. Okay. Nope, we just want to rename it. And as you can see, this is what it looks like. Okay. Here is the marker for the animation. It takes a while for it to zoom in. I've even got my zoom speed all the way as fast as I can. Okay. So that's what it looks like originally. All right. Now, in order to change it, what we're going to do is we have to click on where it says model, click on this little pencil icon. And remember, it was set dressing terminals. So we need to come into here. Now, this can be a little bit overwhelming at first, okay, because there's a lot of information here, but set dressing is basically where we want to be at. Sometimes I've found some things over here in architecture, but most everything is going to be in set dressing. So we're looking for set dressing terminals, and it was terminal O5. So we scroll all the way down. We're still in set dressing till we get to terminals. Here we go. Terminals, okay, and then terminal AO5. Okay, we're going to hit OK, and as you can see, it changed it over here in our little window. Okay, so it has changed it, as we can see right here. Let's hit OK. right, we're going to come back to this cell just really quick. We'll find it again. But I want to get out of the packet cell for the other. Okay. And then we're going to find it again really quick, and then just by typing in field work. Okay. And it was our chem. And this happens to be a desktop terminal. DT. We'll call it terminal 5 just to kind of give us a reminder. Okay. Okay. And remember what it looked like before. Now, as you can see, our animation is a little bit janky. Okay. So that's no problem at all. We're going to come up, we're going to select the marker up here. All right. And then underneath it, let me scroll in really quick. As I make changes to it anyway, it's going to change. But as you can see, we can change uh, the XYZ planes, you know, the position of our marker. Right now, we need to give it an immediate 180-degree rotation. We'll zoom in, and as you can see, now we're facing the right direction. But as you can see, we're all over the top of it. All right. So we're already at 0, or already at minus 70 for the Y. Let's see what happens if we take it down to 0. Okay, it's a little bit closer. So more than likely, we'll probably have to do about 80, about positive 80 to get us in ballpark. Oh, did I do Z? Why did I do Z? 80.0. There we go. Up a little bit more. As you can see, it kind of changed it a little bit. Let's go 100. That'll probably get us exactly where we need to be. Nope, we need to go a little bit more. Jeez. All right, let's try 120. Okay, we're getting a little bit closer. I think 150 is going to do it. And then we need to make our change on our Z as well, because if this is on a tabletop, then he's going to be floating up above it. So we need to bring our Z position down, probably, let's go try 85, so that if it's on a tabletop, it's still kind of high. Let's try 75. There you go. So as you can see, you get the overall pressure. I might still bring that Y back a little bit, because if it's on a table, well, maybe not, depending on what it is. But see, as you can see, so we've adjusted our position on there as well. So we're just going to hit OK. All right, and now whenever we want to pull it into our game, pow, that's what we're looking at. Okay, and as you can see, it's pretty close to the ground level. Might have to drop it down just a little bit more. And we can actually do that as we're in game as well, or as we're kind of on that, in that same cell. So we said we needed to drop it down a little bit more. Yeah, let's stick with 85. I liked that. Okay, hit OK. Come back in, and we're going to hit F5 to refresh our screen. I've got quite a bit of stuff inside this cell, so it might take a little bit to load. There we go. And as you can see, yep, dropped it down. Yep, that looks pretty good. So there you go. And if you've seen any of the videos before, you can see that that's exactly how it, as soon as you activate it, it goes right into your menu and everything like that. Um, I've done quite a bit of them with the cargo links. And the cargo link activators. You know what? I'll just pull one up. Changing the containers from the cargo links to much smaller containers, I guess you could say. So yeah, that's the IS fuel container. And then of course, you've got your outgoing, or I'm sorry, your incoming container. Then you've got your outgoing container. So this is a cargo link, just like any other in the game. That's got the, you know, that's an IS variant of it. I just changed the meshes of it. And let's, I'll show you exactly where it's at. There we go. Here's the one for, so there's a version of it. Okay, and again, these are basically just your regular type of activators, your regular cargo containers that are on, the big square landing pad. I just changed the meshes on them. Let me see, what else did I change meshes on? Oh, the terminals, of course. Little desktop terminals right here. I change meshes on static items as well. As you can see, this right here would normally be a miscellaneous item. So if you were going to try to put it into a pack-in, you could do one of two things. You could either come in and you could give it some scripts. Okay, this is old school type stuff. One of the scripts is default block activation. So we'll just type in block activation. Okay, on load. That basically means that as soon as the screen, as soon as the cell loads in, it'll remove any activation from it. Okay. Um, hide activation text is basically all that it's doing. Okay. And the other one is havoc. Default block or disable havoc on load. Okay. Um, and then you can change whether you want it to havoc on activator, whatever like that. You can do those different things. Or with this new kit, supposedly you can hit this disable physics sim and make it non-interactive. Okay. But it did not pass the grenade test for me, so I ended up actually just making them all into static items so that they would never ever move. And as you can see, here's all the static items that I duplicated from the game that were miscellaneous items. All of these things, you can pick up in the game. And of course, you can use them to build materials and things like that. I just used a small static item and then swap the mesh out on it right from here. And then anything that you place now that's a static item will never ever move. So wherever that's at in game, that'll always be there because it's basically a furniture item. It no longer has anything else to it. Um, but yeah, as you can see, there's all different kinds of things, guys, like this right here. This was a static item. It was called quarantine isolator. So yeah, let's look up quarantine. Bam, there it is right there. So the game gave it to me as a static item, basically as furniture, and all I did was took the mesh from it and I turned it into, this is the research lab. But yeah, I still have to make a chem station. Right on. Okay. Got one more to make and then I'll probably be done with the mod. But yeah, there's all kinds of stuff to it. Um, as you can see, like right here, that's a workbench too. If you can look up workbench, that's the welder. FLD work. Where is the welder? Here we go. And again, guys, all I did was I changed the mesh on it. Oh, let me turn on the markers. Here we go. I just changed the mesh and adjusted the animation on it. Okay. Just small little tips like that. We won't go into packins. I already made a packin video, and there's some other things that you should probably have to learn on your own. But like, for example, right here, this screen, all of these things are the mission boards just remeshed into the screens. I think they're called display screen. Guys, no, Dispally might help if I spell it right. Okay. And they were all, no, display table. Here we go. Like, for example, display screen 9 is one that I use quite a bit because it's pretty awesome. Okay. There's 1, there's 10, and then I just took those meshes right there, and then I selected the mesh in the mission board activator, and that's all that I did. Now, all of those are mission boards. The exact same thing with this right here. This is, I believe, the navigation one. Yeah, that's the nav tablet. I've got one for the Varun, or I'm sorry, for the Ryujin missions, things like that. But basically, they're just other static items. These right here are some group together items. I found out the hard way. I thought they were going to be easy, but they weren't. But anyway, that's pretty much it, guys, for this video. I hope you definitely got something from it. You know what I mean? So this will be an easy way to fuel your creativity. You'll easily be able to make, your own custom objects and things like that. It might take you a little bit of time, like I said, because I've got lot a lot of, like, just static items that I had to create. All of these just so that I wouldn't, have pieces, flying around and whatever like that whenever they got hacked or whatnot. But I hope you got something from the video, guys. I hope you learned something. And if you do, hit that like and subscribe. There are going to be some more how-to videos and things like that. If you have any like requests or just questions on how I made certain things in my mods or whatever like that, just go ahead and let me know in the comments. You're always welcome to comment on my channel. Let me see if I can plug it real quick. I might have it open. I don't even know. I don't know if I do or not. I think I was uploading a video. Yeah, I did. I just uploaded this video, which basically shows all of the cool, awesome stuff that I showed you right now. And we'll check out. Here we go. Here's my video, or here's my page. But all right, guys, I appreciate all the comments, all the feedback, everything that you do, and that's all I got for you. Get out.